Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. You can find me at tubajake_69 on Untapped YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to tell them to other people too. Sometimes that's fun to tell somebody else's story. The beer I have for today, not really a beer so much as it is a hard seltzer, rewired hard seltzer from Perrin Brewing Company. Got it with a bunch of beers that were like float drinks. It looked kind of good. It's pineapple tangerine flavored, uh, brewed by Perrin, so down by Kalamazoo there. Should be pretty good. It says it doesn't have any fruit juice in it, so that'll be interesting. Different than what I was expecting a little bit, but also kind of not. Brewed with cane sugar. So all the alcohol is from cane sugar, which means it should be clean, clear. Very clear. Look at that. Very clear. Huh, weird. Not really that weird. Kind of what I was expecting. I mean, how many times do you actually pour out a hard seltzer? They're delicious. They taste real good. Bud Light has made a bunch of them that are very top notch. The ginger one, if you get that one, it's real good. I think they made a Moscow Mule one too, which is also pretty good. So my guess is that it's going to be a lot like one of those. This one's tangerine and pineapple flavor, so should be a little bit of that. A little more sour than what I was expecting. But the tangerines in there are real good. It actually reminds me, I don't know, not of any of the ones that I've had before. This one, it's more flavorful. Because the other ones, you know, they're trying to make it so that it's a different flavor. This one's pretty much straight up fruit, which is nice. Citric acid can do a number of interesting things, so you're going to get that tangerine flavor in there. A nice light orange kind of thing. It's pretty good. Definitely something to drink while you're floating down a river. For sure. Yeah. Does this remind me of a story? Okay, so the idea was to tell a story about a summer homer party that we had, which interesting stuff. It always sounds like such a great idea, but also such a terrible idea. Because I mean, vodka and beer and lemonade, it's gonna make you very, very drunk very, very quickly, and you're not even gonna notice it. But this, because of the float drinks, is reminding me more of a time that I floated down the river with some friends of mine, a bunch of tuba players. The plan was to get inner tubes and float down the Kalamazoo River, down near Adrian someplace, which sounds like it'd be a great idea, except for the fact that the Kalamazoo River there is not made for floating in. We probably should have tried to rent canoes someplace and do it that way, because that would have been a little bit easier and probably a lot more fun. Instead, we made it out there, got our pool floats, which was fun. But, ooh, man, there were a lot of leeches in there. I mean, when we got in, it was essentially just a ditch. That's pretty much what it looked like. There's like a sandy hill kind of thing that you got in at, but it was like down in grass on either side. It was a ditch. I got a picker in my finger that was there for like a week and a half and would not come out. I got it out eventually, but it was strange. But yeah, it was a long day, because it was during the summertime while I was working at camp. So my brother and I drove down from doing that, so we got started about noon or so, maybe 11. Drove down, so to Jackson-ish, So there's an hour. No, more than an hour, hour and a half down there. And then went and got the stuff that we were going to get. There's another hour. So we probably didn't really actually get into the river until 3 if we were lucky. That was a long day. Got out just before sundown. So it's like a 3.5 hour float, which is a long float. We ran out of beer super early. Because, you know, we got like three 30 packs thinking, oh yeah, no problem. But there were 6 of us drinking. We went through them quick. And still had another hour and a half of river to float. But we didn't really know that. And, you know, leeches. So, didn't really know that either. But, you know, also summertime in Michigan. So, it starts off super hot day. Ends up pretty cool day in the water. Sun's going down. It was a blast. Hard seltzer would have been a lot easier to drink on the river. I mean, it was Busch Light, so not that was super difficult to drink, but... And then pudgy pies with eggs and bacon in them when we got back. It was nice. Well, that's all of that. I've got a quote for you. This one is from Arthur Ashe. He's a tennis player, African-American tennis player. He said, "Success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often more important than the outcome." Yeah, go out and do things. Make for great stories. It's the journey. I mean, you can say, I hiked to the top of Mount Everest, but it's probably not getting to the top of Mount Everest that you tell people about. It's the fact that you saw 8 dead bodies that were pointing the way up Mount Everest that you're going to tell people about. Yeah, so let's see. You can find me at TubaJake_69 at Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to tell them to people. It's super fun. I'll catch you next time when you got time for a beer.